Welcome back, friends and decoders, to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. And today in this video, this is going to be a short decode about this news. Let me get it up here for you guys. Donald Trump saying he's going to be arrested on Tuesday. And I'm just going to show you some really crazy syncs with all of this stuff. Now, you guys will know that the college out of Connecticut is Yale University, okay? And this is the college that has the Skull and Bones, right? The secret society that George W. Bush, okay? So here's George W. Bush. And if you go to his history, you guys will see that his education is Bush became a member of Skull and Bones secret society at Yale, right? So you have this, most of you guys already know this, but I'm just saying for the new people, you have this Skull and Bones connection. And Skull and Bones is the number 322. They call themselves, the Brotherhood of Death, the Order, or Order 322, right? And Trump, so let's go back to George W. Bush for a minute. George W. Bush, the president during 9/11, okay, the big event in American history that we all in this era remember. George W. Bush, like George Washington, get it? Even though that's not his middle name, but I'm just saying that the whole George W. thing is a homage to George Washington. But George Bush was born July 6, 1946. Trump was born June 14th, 1946. Right now, both of these presidents, former presidents, Trump and Bush, are both 76 years old. Notice that Bush was born on 7/6. And this year, on 7/6, on his 76th birthday, the Georgia Guidestones were struck down, okay? And remember, the Georgia Guidestones were struck down by a lightning bolt, and they were originally opened on March 22nd. This is once again going back to the Skull and Bones that is called the Order 322. And remember, March 22nd is 322. See, these things were opened on March 22nd, 1980, which is Skull and Bones Day, 322, and they were dismantled on the Skull and Bones president's 76th birthday on 7/6. So I'm going to tell you why this is all important, because this is all tied, again, to Trump, who was also born, like I said, in 1946 when George W. Bush was born, and he's also 76 years old. Like George W. Bush, just like the Guidestones were struck down on George Bush's 76th birthday on 7/6. And Trump comes out and says that he's possibly going to be arrested one day, okay, once again, one day before the 43rd, what would be the 43rd year anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones, which were put up on March 22nd, 1980. So again, George W. Bush, member of Skull and Bones, Order 322, the Georgia Guidestones are put up on Skull and Bones Day, but they were demolished on George Bush's birthday, okay? And now I'm going to show you guys why this is important, like why I'm bringing all this together, okay? And there's one more character I want to bring together, and I've talked about him in my last several videos, but he's a wrestler by the name of Cody Rhodes, and he's about ready to become a champion, okay, by doing what his dad never could in wrestling. His dad's name was the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is called the American Nightmare, kind of like 9/11 was an American nightmare. And kind of like what's coming is going to be an American nightmare. But Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes' father, never won a WWE title championship in his WWE career. Cody Rhodes, on April 2nd at WrestleMania, has an opportunity to become the first Rhodes, because again, Cody Rhodes part of a wrestling family. But the main reason I'm making this connection to Cody Rhodes is because he's born in Georgia, which is where the Georgia Guidestones were located. And Cody Rhodes, his symbol for his American Nightmare, if I can find it here, I can just pull it up, but, Cody Rhodes' symbol. But you're going to see that his symbol is essentially the skull. It doesn't have the crossbones, but again, this is the American Nightmare, guys. You cannot get any more symbolic than what they're telling us. And remember, he's from Georgia, where the Georgia Guidestones were struck down on George W. Bush's 76th birthday on 7/6. And again, they were erected on March 22nd. Now, again, guys, we're coming up on March 22nd. And Trump has announced that he's going to be arrested one day before the 22nd this year. And what's important to know about this, guys, is if Trump is arrested one day before March 22nd on the 21st, it would be one day before the 43rd year anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones. Because again, the Georgia Guidestones were put up on March 22nd, 1980. So this would be the 43rd year anniversary. And remember, guys, the president during 9/11, who was part of Skull and Bones, okay, was the 43rd president of the United States, George Bush. So Trump would be arrested one day before the 43rd anniversary of the Guidestones, where the 43rd president, they were struck down on the 43rd president's birthday. And they're connected to the Skull and Bones Society that he was part of, because they were erected on the Skull and Bones Day, 3/22, which is one day after this Trump news. So here's where it gets interesting, guys. Let's analyze these numbers. The first thing I want you guys to notice is that from the day the Georgia Guidestones were struck down on George Bush's 76th birthday on 7/6, it's 258 days. I want you guys to remember this number, okay? 258. I also want you guys to notice that the day that Trump is saying is, so from the day the Georgia Guidestones were struck down to the day that Trump's announcing he's going to be arrested is 258 days. But that's not only the only 258 connection we have here, because that day that Trump's going to be arrested, if he gets arrested that day, would be 285th day of the year. Now notice that the 285 is an anagram of the 258. And this is going to be a normal number you're going to see coming up here. But what's more important about this 258 is not only is it 258 days since the Guidestones were struck down on the 9/11 president's birthday, but if you go back to 9/11, well, the actual date, 9/11/2001, you're going to see that it's exactly 258 months. So what did I just show you guys? I just showed you guys that it's 258 days after the Guidestones were struck down. It's 258 months after 9/11, and it falls on the 285, which is an anagram of the 258. So again, that day that Trump's saying he's going to be arrested is the 285th day of the year, or 285 days left in the year. Also notice it has 67 date numerology, kind of like the 7/6 date the Georgia Guidestones were struck down. If you write it internationally, you write it 6/7. Now, not only that, but if we go to Cody Rhodes, who I think is symbolic of this big turmoil that's coming because he's the American Nightmare. His dad was the American Dream. Now his dad, the American Dream, all right, Dusty Rhodes, let's go to him. He died on June 11th, which I think could be a big day this year. June 11th, 2015. From the day that Cody Rhodes' father died, June 11th, which is the upside down of 9/11, by the way, 2015, to the day that Cody Rhodes will be having an opportunity to become the first Rhodes to compete in WrestleMania, is, again, guys, look at this number. I just pointed out all the 258s, the 200, that the 321 Trump arrest day is 258 days after the Georgia Guidestones, 258 months after 9/11, and that day is the 285th day of the year. Now look at Cody Rhodes from his father's death on June 11, 2015. The American dream died this day, and the American nightmare will rise if he wins this day. It's 2852, which is the 285 and the 258 backwards, which is exactly the numbers I just showed you. Now, if that wasn't enough, Trump, on that very same day that Cody Rhodes of Georgia connected to the Georgia Guidestones, his father's death is 2852 days before. Look how old Trump is on that same day. He's 2852. The same number since Cody Rhodes' dad, American Dream, died. 2852 days, except for you have this zero, obviously, because Trump's 28,052 days old on that same day. You see what I'm saying? Look, 2852 from the American Dream to the American Nightmare, WrestleMania on 4/2, and Trump on that same day is 28,052, which is essentially the same number if you drop the zero. Now, why is this 285 and 258 so important? Well, I'm going to show you in the gematria why it's so important. Now, again, I told you guys that the day that Trump said he's going to get arrested is the day leaving 285 days left in the year. Donald Trump arrested equals 285. I mean, what's the chances of that? He's saying he's going to get arrested on the day leaving 285 days. I just showed you all the connections to that day and this 285, 258 connection. But 285, he said he's going to get arrested on the day leaving 285 days in the year, and Donald Trump arrested equals 285. Now, if that wasn't all there is to it, now look, President Donald J. Trump equals 258. Remember, it's 200. That day he's going to get arrested is 258 days after the Guidestones, 258 months after 9/11, and it's the 285th day of the year. Okay? Also, look, guys, number of the beast, 258. The next 9/11, if you type it out, 258. Remember, it's 258 months and 258 days after the George W. Bush's birthday. You see what I'm saying, guys? Not to mention Order of Illuminati also equals 258. Also, if you bring up the Sumerian cipher and you type in the Skull and Bones president's school that I was just showing you, and remember, guys, this year Skull and Bones will turn 322 years old. Right now, it's 321 years old. Trump's saying he's going to get arrested on the 3/21 date. And on October 9th this year, it will turn 322. And remember, Yale is known for Skull and Bones, the order of 322. And Yale equals 258 in Sumerian, which goes with all of the other 258s and 285s I just showed you. Remember, it's 258 days after George W. Bush's birthday, 258 months after 9/11. And remember, I made this connection with Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, and his father, who's from Georgia, right? Georgia Guidestones, Cody Rhodes from Georgia, the American Nightmare from his death to the American Nightmare's win, which I think he'll win the title this day, is again the 285 or the backwards 258. Again, all connected to this gematria of Yale University, 258, Donald Trump arrested, 285, President Donald Trump, 258, the next 9/11, 258, Order of Illuminati, 258. So anyways, I hope that was clear for you guys. I just wanted to go over that quick synchronicity that I saw with this number. And thanks again, once again, guys, for watching. I will see you in the next one.